quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9, nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change. Poker full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele. Got them lined up, high strip out the port. Still the same nigga who ain't never had none. Hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9, nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change. Poker full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele. Got them lined up, high strip out the port. Still the same nigga by the dollar. I ain't never gonna change, I ain't never gonna change. Use a lamb, nigga, dick ride next, man. Cause you see that it get a low change. I've been doing my thug thing, keeping it low key, nigga. I stay out the way. Every day hustling, tired of the struggling. 24/7, nigga, gotta get paid. Posted at the trap house first and last out. I ain't going home, I remember them days. All night flight, dog, selling out white hard. Money ain't right, I'ma knock out the G. Early in the morning in the mall for some G's. Get fresh for the day, Gotta go flip a pack, dog. Put up some racks, dog. Made that shit back. What I spend on them G's. Used to whoop up that white sauce. Come bring that shit back, gotta fuck up the East. It's so easy just to drop hard. I can scrape, rock the shit off, flip it 28, skirt, that's a double whoop. 28 to 56, knock at the door, fiends flexing for another hood. Cell phone ring cap, calling for another zip. Wear it up, bag it up, gotta take another trip. Still a saying, nigga who ain't never had nothing. Hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9, nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change. Poker full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele. Got them lined up, high strip out the port. Still a saying, nigga who ain't never had nothing. Hoes used to talk down, bitch, look at me now. Started with a quarter ounce, graduated to a QP9, nigga really trap out the pounds. Got the same crew for days, ain't had time to change. Poker full of faces cause I beat up the block. Residue on my scale, line full of clientele. Got them lined up, high strip out the port. Still the same, nigga. Bitch, look at me now. Nah, nigga really trap out the pounds. Poker full of faces cause I beat up the block. Got them lined up, high strip out the port. Bitch, look at me now. Nah, nigga really trap out the pounds. Poker full of faces cause I beat up the block.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in. All future watchers and all listeners now. I hope you all had a wonderful rest and that your day is starting off great. It's cold as shit in Miami, bro. So my voice a little deeper because I gotta compensate for the air that I take in. So forgive me if I sound like Barry White a little bit. Greetings to the chat, to my panel. Hiti Ampuli. Let's see, we got somebody else just came in, just tapped in. Give me one moment. Let me add them to the stage. Okay, perfect. So this video, quite simple. It's gonna be similar to the one I did previously about the undrip. Oh, there go Mama Cat. There she go this whole time. I knew it was that time. Give me one moment. I need a moment of silence. Hold on. I had to show y'all my cat, but I want to touch on this, and many people would like to know what are their rights as Indigenous Americans. This question is usually answered in the family, but those who may have been disenfranchised, those who may not have grown up as practitioners of their culture. This is also for those who family may not deal with other families, or they might not be in the union, and they may not have a constitution. Hold on, let me show y'all her. Look at her. This Mama Cat. Come on. So what I want to start is for us, and I'm going to use my family for an example. With the constitution that we have with our family and other families, there are some things that you can find that are in accordance with the United Nations. And the undrip and the A drip, right? So you have the United Nations Declaration, and then you have the Americans Declaration. Both of these can actually be used in a way to unify your family and make sure that your identity is whole, right? And I'm gonna pull this up because I want to share the screen and we'll go over some things. I'm not gonna go over everything that I went over um in the first video, but I will use our constitution as an example. So ours was built not off of the UNDRIP or the ADRIP, it was built by the families. But there are some things, like I say, that are in coordinates. So, like for instance, when you deal with your current territory, right, or what lands that your family may possess, or what are your rights to those lands? In UNDRIP, they have an article, is Article 26. Let me pull this up for you. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the UNDRIP and the ADRIP are actually just one article. 26 in the UNDRIP would be like 25 in the Americans. So Article 26 reads, number one, it says, Indigenous people have the right to the lands, territories, and resources which they have traditionally owned, occupied, or otherwise used or acquired. So that paperwork that everybody asking you for, or that paperwork that a lot of people run from, right, is what's truly to save them. Because as was told, or as was sold to us, right, is that when you can prove this and you can prove your lineage, then there's a certain connection back to that land that you have that current quote unquote residents don't have, right? Number two reads, Indigenous peoples have the right to own, use, develop, and control the lands, territories, and resources that they possess by reason of traditional ownership or other traditional occupation or use, as well as those which they have otherwise acquired. States. Now we're talking about charters. So the United Nations is a charter. The state is a charter. So when you read it and you hear states, they're talking about the charters, right? States shall give legal recognition and protection to these lands, territories, and resources. Such recognition shall be conducted with due respect to the customs, traditions, and land tenure systems of the indigenous peoples concerned. So your territory, or what you all possess, again, is yours, and is recognized not only by you and your family, or those families that you all are in union with, Hitiampuli, Tall Grass was family, but they're recognized by international law. So one can say, well, what if I buy that, but I'm indigenous? When you buy that land and you know who you are and you practice your traditions, right? You have the right to what? Develop and control this land as you wish. But you have to have that foundation. You have to have, this is theirs. There is a way that you can incorporate this into yours, which may be or may help many of you that are currently listening. So we talked about the right to self-determination last time. Let's say like sovereignty and governance, and the right to determination in the Baja Tribal Council. That's like Article 2. But wild is Article 3 of UNDRIP, something pretty similar. It says indigenous people have the right to self-determination. By virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status and freely pursue their economic, social, and cultural development. I'm this, my family is this. You take that and write it down, and becomes a part of your structure. But not only is it a part of your structure, also in a coordinates, or it shows that the UN's, right, and the Americans is in coordinates with yours. Even though yours may have been adopted later, these are principles in which your ancestors had before the charters. See where I'm going? I hope you. So outside of birthright, you have, let's say, principles of governance. And a principle of governance, for us, we have, let's see, that's section 2. So that's what? Section 4, well, Article 2, Section 2, principles and governance. And that is ours. But in UNDRIP is like, it's Article 20. I have all this written down. So it's Article 20. What does Article 20 say? So Article 20, it says, Indigenous people have the right to maintain and develop their political, economic, and social systems or institutions to be secure in the development and to engage freely in their traditional and other economic activities. So we talk about trade. We talk about currency, energy, right? Currency exchange is the exchange of energies. What can I give you to get some? A give and a return. This is a cycle, right? So now you have your own trade. You have your own commodities like salt, honey, different medicines, pottery, beading, embroidery, right? All of these are tribal things, but this is belongs to the tribe. This is the economic things that sustain the tribe. So now you say, well, I want to be like the Iba'a. I want to have my own currency. You can't name too many tribes with their own currency. So when you do business by way of those that you call the Wale, you say, wait, now I have to exchange. I have to change this into that to even do business with them. But that gives you the right. Why? Because you can engage freely in traditional economic activities. So while you have your own, you have to know theirs. Here, she says, undrip are bad, period. Do your own research. Here's the dagger. This is exactly what this video is about. If you're just chiming in, please go to the front to properly educate yourself on what was said before we start reading the undrip. You have to have your own. And then you will start to notice that there are things in the undrip that are what? In accordance with yours. So one can say, well, it's bad. It's done by the charter. Okay, it's right. But what are the rights that people have that they don't know they have? They didn't know they had the right to have their own constitution. So one can say, well, that's not bad. So it's not bad. So we're going to teach those, or we're going to educate the people on how to properly use theirs and how to read other people's law. You cannot go to war with anybody in their court. You cannot go to war with anybody in their court. You cannot do business. That is what this video is about. So if there are any opinions, please hold those until the 40-minute mark. I would ask. So with that being said, we then look at other things like membership or citizenship and membership. So in our Constitution, it would be Article 3. But the UNDRIP, or in the UNDRIP charter, what they have it at number 9. Let's see what they state at number 9. Indigenous people and individuals have the right to belong to an indigenous community or nation in accordance with the traditions and customs of the community or nation concerned. No discrimination of any kind may arise from the exercise of such a right. So this isn't them. This was already yours before. I want to hold this comment up. I need everyone to read this. This is what we're gonna build on. So this is in their charter at number 9. However, this was a right or a birthright before it was put in their charter. So while again, there are people who don't have no constitutions, who don't have their family together, while there are those who may not can even unify their family, their individuals, and they are operate in the United States. They're not tribal citizens, tribal members. This, in a way, can help liberate them. What do you mean? This is how they can help build their own. It's about adapting. My uncle's on here. He's completely against the UNDRIP. This is what the conversation is about. Those who are completely against it, those who are against it but know how to use it, and for those who don't know that it exists. So you have the right to belong to a community, but there are people who have been disenfranchised, and I know them personally, who aren't afraid. They're just tempted to say, well, damn, I know I'm indigenous, but if I put that on this paper, will they come at me and say, well, no, you're not? Will they deny me and say, well, you did this wrong? What will go on? This shows them that outside of their tribal nation, they should have known that they have the right to belong to an indigenous community or nation, but in accordance with the traditions and customs of that community. We can tell them this all day, but if you show them it in the United Nations, they'll be more inclined to say, wait, I ain't gotta listen to them. This some shit it's been this before 2006, before the charter. This been this way before the Americans adopted it in 2015. So while some and many may say, well, it's a no-go, I get it. We don't use it. Well, excuse me, we don't use the articles in our Constitution, but we actually know it and know how to use it, because someone needs to know that, hey, you've been had the right to do that, but I'm gonna just show you them telling you that you have the right. So we go to blood relations and tradition, and for us that is set 2. And here, similarly, they have one at 33. Let's go to 33. Let's see what they have at 33. 33 states that indigenous people have the right to determine their own identity or membership in accordance with their customs and traditions. This does not impair the right of indigenous individuals to obtain citizenships of the states in which they live. Dagger. So you are an indigenous American. Maybe it's your grandmother or one of your grandmothers. But on paper, you're Negro or Black or colored, person of color, African American, whatever, white, mulatto, because a lot of people call it white passing. Those were indigenous people. So now they say, well, this is my people, my tribe, my nation. I'm going to go to them and I'm going to identify with them. But while I identify with them, this does not impair the right of myself to also obtain citizenship within the charter state, hint, hint, in which I live. So yes, I'm an indigenous American. I'm going to put it on paper, and I have the right to live as such. But you know what I'm saying? I work in the hospital. I'm a police officer. I'm a firefighter. I'm an electrician. Fucking DMV, whatever. You need to bring in that income within the United States. So you have to do business with them. So you still have the right to do that. Now, one may say, well, I don't want a social security number is nothing but a tax identifier. It's an ITIN. if you do your taxes at the end of the year, you'll end up noticing that that's what the Social Security number is. So you still can use that to do what you have to do within the United States. Wow, what? Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. I just got a call. Can y'all hear me? Mic check. Let me know if y'all can hear me.
You clear?
Mic check. Mic check. I can't. I don't think I'm up.
Yeah, you up on here, cuz.
Yeah, we dirty.
You not drop. You get back on, y'all.
Okay. Okay. I'm back. Um, I'm back. So let me see who else I got in here. Anybody else in the background? No. Everybody on the panel good? We good?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So let me get back to work. So back to our Constitution, right? We'll deal with I have one written down. So for Art 4 Sec 2. Art 4 Sec 2 is we're talking judicial. So in ours, everything is handled by different systems. So depending on what goes down, depends on who's making said decision. Whatever. I'll keep it simple. Now, this is 34 for them, and 34 in UNDRIP, which is understandable, but it says indigenous people have the right to promote, develop, and maintain their institutional structures and their distinctive customs, spirituality, traditions, procedures, practices, and in the cases where they exist, judicial systems or customs in accordance with the international human rights standard. Now, notice that there is a there's something that you have to be wary of. Peace, how you doing? He's in Canada. He has said wild edibles. Hey man, DM me. We can get together on the edibles, right? But so you have the right to do these things. This is your birthright. But the United Nations eventually put it on paper. The reason they put it on paper for their charter is so that they could have control over certain things within international law dealing with indigenous people. So you have the right to promote, develop, and maintain your institutional structures, their distinctive culture, customs, spirituality, traditions, and also your judicial systems in accordance with the international human rights standards, their standards. So what does this mean? This will show you why if a murder is committed on indigenous land, on federally recognized indigenous land, or state recognized indigenous land, what happens to the person that committed the crime? Their tribe doesn't handle the situation. It's sent to the feds. So that means that tribes don't have certain tribes wouldn't have the power that they had by birthright because they had to act within accordance to. So this is why you again have to have your own. This was my point from the beginning. You can have your own, but then you read their law and understand their law, and you can see why other people go wrong. Because you're not gonna do anything heinous on our land and think we're gonna turn you over to the federal government. Now, there's a lot of people say they don't trust the government. They don't trust the government. They're indigenous. They want to live the indigenous way, but they're afraid of the indigenous judicial system because there are a lot of things that it can't get away with. So The next thing that we're going to mention is the rights of members. Rights of members for us is 4-1. And for them, it's 5. Let's see. So their rights of members. Okay, so indigenous people have the right to maintain and strengthen their distinct political, legal, economic, social, and cultural institutions while retaining their right to participate fully, if they so choose, in the political, economic, social, and cultural life of the state, of the charter. Of the charter. So everything that's your birthright is in our Constitution. However, what we let you know is this doesn't step on anything that you're doing with the charter. But our legal, right, or our judicial, our court system is not fit to their charter. A rapist isn't going to get a ankle bracelet and sent home. It's not going to happen. A child molester, a child, right? I don't get paid on YouTube. So a child molester is not going to do some evil shit and just get ankle monitor and sit home. He's not going to get 2 years locked in the cage with other child predators. That's not what we do. That's going to be handled accordingly and according to the Constitution. You shouldn't have came over here with that bullshit, and your family shouldn't even brought you in if they knew that you would do some shit like that, right? Next, we talk about natural resources and environment. For us, we have 6-1, and through 6-6, for them, we have 29. So what do they say about natural resources and the environment? So they say indigenous people have the right to conserve and protect conservation and protection of the environment and the productive capacity of their lands or territories and resources. States, so the charter, shall establish and implement assistance programs for indigenous people for such conversation or conversation and protection without discrimination. So here's the question, and that's conservation. Got to put my contacts in. Here's the question: why should states establish programs when people have the right to protect their own things? It's because the charter is still trying to have their hand in what the fuck you got going on. This is why this comment is important. You have to do your own research, but this is shit I've been studying for decades. So based off my research, I found that indigenous people had their own, and other people started off of it so they could have their hands in the shits. This is how you get a undrip. They then add that they must do something, which means you must also do something for them. So you have to have your own. But while you have to have your own, you're supposed to know what's going on with theirs. If you don't know their law, if you don't know any law, you're definitely liable to fucking break it. So you have to not only know your own, you have to study the law of the enemy. Why does the enemy act or treat me as such? You have to study it. What did they put down? And how can we look at it to see, okay, this is what it is or this isn't what it is? So Article 11 in UNDRIP is talking about cultural heritage. Indigenous people have the right to practice and revitalize their cultural traditions and customs. This includes the right to maintain, protect, and develop the past, present, and future manifestations of their cultures, such as archaeological and historical sites, artifacts, designs, ceremonies, technologies, and visual and performing arts and literature. Again, Chiantamo, greetings, peace. What's going on with you, family? Rahul back. You know what we do. We was raised by the master teacher. It's greetings in every language, right? So you know you have the right to practice and revitalize your traditions and customs. And you know that you have the right to maintain, protect, and develop anything dealing with your culture. You don't need the undrip to tell you that, but it's in there. So you have your own, but you understand that it's in theirs. But you have your own. So you didn't adopt theirs. You didn't take from theirs. You have your own and say, I know this shit looks crazy, but there are some things in here that can actually liberate those who don't have what I have. Those of us that were sent to save people, those of us that were sent to assist other saviors, we have to know who we're dealing with. We have to know what we're dealing with. You have to know how to defend yourself in anybody's system. Because if you don't know how to defend yourself in anybody's system, you're gonna get fried all the time. So to be ignorant of your city law, to be ignorant of your county law, to be ignorant of your state law, to be ignorant of federal law, to be ignorant of international law, and also to be ignorant of tribal law just means that you're ignoring the facts of the matter. You have birthright. Now you can say, but they might want to play with my birthrights. That's why you have your own constitution, bylaws. You have your own family. Your family is unified with other families and other clans and other bands and other tribes and other nations. It doesn't have to be a confederacy. It's simple acknowledgement. They know who you are. You operate as your tribal family. Excuse me, as your clan, as your family. And then together with the band. But you all have your own. But you also know that, hey, if they ever tried me, this is in theirs. Now, while we didn't adopt theirs, ours still is stronger than theirs because what? We have the right. It's our shit. We ain't take it from no charter. You have to learn these things. Economic development, the responsibilities, right? All of these different things that you need in yours or that you may have in yours are also found in theirs and can help combat certain bullshit. International law, treaty law is international law. So indigenous people have the right to the recognition, observations, and enforcement of treaties, agreements, and other constructive arrangements concluded with states or their successors, and to have states honor and respect such treaties, agreements, and other constructive arrangements. So you know that your family had the right to do treaties with other families. But I don't want them to bother. It's in there. If you're gonna adopt theirs, it's in their law. But instead of adopting theirs, it should be in yours. It's your birthright. This is the ancient way. So this video was again created. I have 7 more minutes. This video was specifically made. So here's my wind down. It was specifically made for those who know not. When you're dealing with someone who doesn't know, you have to talk as if they don't know. You talk to them as if they know and miss them. So we can't just say it's like when I was Nubian, when I used to jump on people when they were Christian and Muslim and all of this shit. You can't do that. Study that shit that them people study. That's their life. That's what they live for. And then talk to them with that. Because there's something in there. So if you know, talk to them. But don't talk to them as if We have to teach. It's okay to teach. And it's definitely okay to be the student. But when it comes to this, you have to show people on their papers that this is what it is. And then when you show them that this is what it is, you show them that this is theirs. This is how you do yours. I'll never come on here and tell you to adopt anything of theirs or deal with your family. Trying to beat people down who may not know. Well, it's all bad, but it's not. And I can show you how. I can use their bullshit to show people that they've been had rights that predate this. So before there was indigenous, United Nations Declaration of Indigenous People, before there was a Declaration of Independence, you had a birthright, and that birthright afforded you and awarded you where you would live, who your family was, what you would do on your daily life, what your clan law was, what your town law was, and whoever your father is, and what he did for the social system is where your ranking place will be in the social system. So what's properly being explained is you have to go into their books to to extract certain information to educate the masses. I'm gonna cut my class 3 minutes short. Thank you all for tuning in. Mics, everybody, open up your mic. We could talk about their law, and we can talk about our law and how Munt, Reem, Pa, Omi, greet us again. Let's free Bill. What y'all on? Somebody talk to me.
Kiki Hyoko. What's going on, family? Yeah, I was going along with our points right along in tune with everything that you were speaking on. Uh, and also on top of that, with the information that you presented, for those that are outside of the family, these are also you can release that fear of figuring out who you are or where you came from. These are ways that you can help your family. These are ways that you can do that research. Like he said, if you go back to work in our favor, they built the system. They built a system that has loopholes. We watch people use them loopholes all the time. As a matter of fact, there's a person about to get inaugurated. That's you can use them too.
You breaking up just a little bit, man.
I said, I said, paperwork is our loop has loopholes. We can use those same loopholes that they have used on them. We have the paperwork. We can get the paperwork or obtain it and use it correctly.
Right.
We didn't know how, as a people, as family, not know how to use the paperwork against them at the time. Not to say that the people were illiterate. It's just, hey man, those words that they were using. Think about when they stuff wasn't even in dictionary. Some of these words that they use on us was not in dictionaries. So our people didn't understand. Now we have us understand. We have people that can help you understand that you have rights. Don't just give yourself, your spirit, your mind, body, and spirit up to no control over you personally.
Let's see. Pa, you listening? On me. Reem, y'all want to tap in? What y'all think?
So I've been when you first had start, you've been talking about the tax thing. So how you go about that right there? Cause
What tax thing?
You are,
I don't know
like
what you're talking about.
you
when
are
you
obtain
working, so you know how you, like you've been saying something about the dual citizenship and stuff like that, right? But
Oh, okay, for sure.
you are
go
for
ahead,
those
Mark.
of you who choose not for those of you who choose not to who do enroll in tribe, choose not to use your social security again. Um, you can obtain a TIN or a tax
Facts.
identification number.
Facts. A
They
tax identity.
they
Facts.
they they are your living name. There is paperwork that you can send to the Secretary of State, your birth certificates that you can send to the living birth certificates that you can send to the Secretary of State, allow you to operate as a individual, as a person in their system without using your social security numbers. To help you.
So you request that from whoever you working for or something, right?
You request that from the state that you live in. So if you stay in South Carolina, you would request these forms for the state. Then once they send those forms back to you, you could actually obtain your TIN before they even send those forms back, but it's not valid until they send those forms back.
Right. So you reach out to the state secretary, right?
Yeah, you don't even. It's just forms. You can obtain them online through your state secretary. They're just go. I guess for South Carolina it would be Secretary of State, Secretary of South Carolina, Secretary of State of South Carolina. Type that into your Google browser. It should get you to a.
Hold on, I was in the house real quick. I did it last year when I had to file.
I got
You all you need you gotta do your
my bad.
W-7. I think they should give you a ITIN, a tax identifier. But that's like bro said, that's if you don't want to use that social that you was given, right? So there are other things that you can do if you do have to pay taxes in their system, right? But here's the thing: will I be taxed double? It depends. There are a lot of people want to know. Somebody like, well, I don't want to pay taxes in their system and pay taxes in the tribe. But you don't have to pay taxes in their system. You got to know what you're doing. So if you say, well, damn, I did go tax exempt at work, and when I filed, they said I owed 5 bands, but I gave
I got
this
an F.
to you. Get what I'm saying? That's a write-off. Why tribes get 5C3s? We don't have to do that. We know the law. We ain't got to subjugate or put our name on their paper and let them basically have control over our shit when you know the law. Not only ours, but theirs. So when you get tax exempt and you say, well, I'm sovereign, this shit usually come from the Moors who have a ministry. So you become a member of the ministry, and when you do business with the United States, you're tax exempt by way of the ministry. That's how tax exemption actually happened between quote unquote sovereign nations and the United States. These sovereign nations are not really sovereign. They are tax exempt. They have tax exemptions. So you becoming a member of a nation that has this tax exemption makes you exactly that, a member. If you're working in the United States and you have to pay taxes, pay your damn taxes. Don't buck, and then they come and you setting other people up in your family. If you running from them or their judicial system because you set comes to having dual citizenship, you have to be twice as responsible because you have to be responsible in both systems. That social security number, the one say I want to completely remove myself from the social security number, is like Cuz said, or I said earlier, you have to get the tax identifier. You can use the tax identifier on your job application. All it's doing is trying to figure out your history. It ain't gonna change. So anybody who needed to know that's the assist, y'all. Do we have any questions in the chat? He probably touring. He probably touring. So what else, Mon? What else you think about this shit, cuz? Cause then you feel me? It's interesting, but I see the setup within it. Oh, there you go.
Yoko,
Hiyoko DB, what's good, huh?
what's going on? What's going on, nephews? Yeah, yeah, dealing with the undrip, right? I see what the sister said in the comment when she said that it's bad, period. What people in them have to understand is that it's a catch 22 on everything that they do. You just have to know how to catch them in the catch 22. Because when you have the Declaration of Rights of the
Right, right,
Indigenous people dealing with and everything, and then you have your own constitution and stuff. And what people
right,
don't fail to realize is that treaties is the supreme law of the land. So therefore, um, there's certain treaties that's still applicable to the nations of the southeast. You know what I'm saying? Like the Camp Holmes Treaty, you know. So treaties are put nations into international law. You see, that's what people don't fail to realize. And that's dealing with, like nephew said, you got to know tribal law, you got to know your local city law, you got to know state law, you got to know federal law, you got to know international law, you got to know commerce law, you got to know military law. People in them don't study these things. These are the things that you have to study that will deal with every facet of your life. And I yield the floor over to the panel.
Okay, perfect. So we have, I think bro been on here before, Warren Doe. I think he been on here before. But he says, peace, appreciation for this bill. Are you familiar with the concept of judicial committee? So, or committee, right? Familiar, right? So this is when, or basically deals with what they call it, acknowledgement, certain acknowledgement between courts, right? Um, but this could be what that is. So definitely familiar, but this could be what that is. But when you find the bullshit, when you actually start getting to the bottom of it, you start to see that damn, it's not really as it's not really as fair as they're promoting, right? Now, though one person, right, or as we'll say, let's certain court uh, doesn't have to respect certain decisions made in other jurisdictions. This is a fact. This is the game. This I love this. This is the game because somebody said, "Damn, you remember our ancestors say they speak with a forked tongue," and this is exactly what that is. So the shit to me, when I first read it in 2016, when we was doing the freedom campaign, I actually sat here and thought, like, damn, this is all bad. Until I actually started working in the tribal court, I started to notice, wait, this actually, they just played themselves. They just played themselves. So when we speak on legal harmony, this could be that. But what happened when you find the game within it? But that's where we come in. That's why tribal people or those who are even being restilled, right? Reinstate or those who are revitalizing must have their own. This is why they must have their own. Let's see. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? Peace. Any other questions? She said, I have to study what she okay. You're familiar with the document. Oh, okay, perfect. But for me, again, I always say that the family must have their own. That way they don't get caught in the other people's game. But how do you not get caught if you don't know the law? It's like how jailhouse lawyers be knowing the law better than the actual lawyer. You would think it that, right? But that's not the case. You got your ass sold. The law. This right here that's on the screen, it can sell you if you don't have your own and don't understand and recognize your own rights. Peace, what's going on, family? Talk to me. Who is that unmuted?
Oh yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
me.
Talk to me, huh?
Also, this is why they say that's why they say ignorance of the law is no excuse. But see, you don't only just need of the law, you need to know history because history sets the precedence for the law. And this is where everything comes down dealing with case law and everything too.
Right. So this topic definitely interesting. I will back on it. But again, when people ask about what rights do they have, they ask it thinking, or they ask it with the hopes that a lot of them ask it with the hopes that the European will agree. You get them like, oh well, so this is right? Yeah, this is right. Oh, they ain't gonna be mad at me if that's fear. So you combat that by teaching them what they were taught or from where they were taught. You have people that are scared of the federal government, they're scared of the state government, but they, oh well, I won't be federally recognized. I won't be state recognized. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Just get yours together. And when you get yours together, you've been had the right to do this, but in their paperwork, it say the same shit. Same with the American one. Here's the American one, which was adopted in 2016. Not too much. It's still one article off. Let me get past the
You know
preamble.
what, nephew?
Talk to me, huh?
You know what, nephew? That's funny when you say that because it's funny when you got people say they want to be federally recognized. You want to be federally recognized because you want to be federally recognized that the government fucked over you. That's what you want to be federally recognized for. So the five civilized tribes became recognized because they got fucked over to be marched across the Mississippi River. But yeah, you got
Right.
people talking about, oh, we federal. Yeah, they federal recognized, kicked you in your ass. It got you off prison plantation. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you recognize for. And then the thing about it, the land that you're on is not even much your own fucking land. That land is held in a trust under the United States Bureau of
Facts.
Land Management.
Facts.
This
It's
is
in a trust.
why
Facts.
y'all gotta ask for permission to put trees down.
Yep.
You know?
They got to ask for the
So when
build
you
and
got people
everything.
that talk about, oh, we federally recognized. Right. Right. And this is why you have the BIA police on your reservations. And you
Yep.
get them up. See, that it's
They
pros and
don't
cons
know.
to the bullshit.
They don't know. That's why you have to know their law. Cause imagine not knowing they law, and then you just agree with any fucking thing. So
Because they got
you
one.
don't know they law, and now you got their police on your land, policing your shit. Cause you want to be federally recognized.
Shit
When you
like
say shit,
privilege.
And then you
I'm
got one
recognized by
dumbass
my birth. Go ahead, cuz. Talk to me.
talking about, oh yeah, bullshit, because they was the ones that implement. Huh?
Hold on, we got a lag. Hold on. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, they talking about, oh, the 5 civilized tribes are sovereigns. No, y'all not. Because if y'all was sovereign, y'all would never had to let the motherfucking United States implement the doggone blood quantum. They told y'all to use the blood quantum. So if y'all supposed to be sovereign, how could a nation that's also sovereign tell another sovereign what to do?
Tell them what
They
to
did
do,
that to
bro.
stop all so-called enrollment. Oh, do a blood quantum. Do a blood quantum. And then when they banned the blood quantum in 2017, then some of the nations still kept it from the nation that told them
Yeah.
to use it. So
Let me
are you
put.
really sovereign? No, you ain't sovereign at all. But y'all tell people that bullshit. Tell that to somebody who don't know no better. And then another thing to show how those nations is not sovereign, because look what happened with the Cherokee Nation. When they kicked the freemen out, what the freemen went to go do? The
They went. They
freemen
went to
went to
Fed. They went
Capitol
to federal
Hill
court, ain't
in DC and told the United States, right. And they say the Cherokee Nation kicked us out because they said we Negroes. And you know what the United States said? If y'all don't let them people in, we ain't gonna give y'all the
it?
subsidized money
We
that
gonna
y'all
take
supposed to
that
get.
bread.
And you know
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah.
Right.
They
And you
never
know what
gave that
happened? They
back.
went head on and they opened the doors and say, all right, y'all Cherokee, y'all freedom.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So those that talk about their federal recognize, all the thing you're doing is sucking on the federal government dick. Yeah, I said it. I said it and I
Hey,
say it
ain't
again.
monetized,
Who
so
gonna do
ain't
something about it?
monetized, so it don't matter to me.
Right.
Hey, they ain't paying me for
Because
this.
it's like they said,
Once
when
they
they have a
start paying,
government
I
shutdown,
regulate.
the federal recognized, when they have a federal government shutdown, those federal tribes don't get their money until the government start operating again. Tell that part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why I say people have to have the confidence to be who they say they are on the internet, in the flesh. Cause that's where it matters. Saying this shit on the internet is a safe zone. The internet is a safe zone. So people have to study this and get this together for the betterment of their own families. Uh, and they
Gotta
have to,
go in
like
them
like we
trenches.
said earlier,
That's right.
they have to know the law. Go ahead, talk to me. Say it
Yeah,
again.
they gotta know this to go in them trenches. They gotta know this to go
Facts.
in them trenches.
Facts. I and that facts. Like and bro, why don't you come on my post more often, bro? I remember him like from a few months ago. And this is what we was talking about. You see the comment where he say it's important that we understand the difference between legal recognition and legal acknowledgement. This is
Right,
the dagger. This is why you say, well, recognition and acknowledgement, or tribal recognition and acknowledgement, are different. Like the Fed Recs, right?
right,
The Fed Recs are
right,
recognized, but those like the Yamasi and the Wali, they're acknowledged. Yeah, they descendants are
right,
still alive. That's acknowledgement. Recognition is saying they're alive and well, and we do
right.
business with them. These are our friends. C says not to mention cause a symbolic word, meaning continuous of governance sorts like perfect truths. But he been going off today too. But this is what we're on. Is letting people know, like, bro, before there was anybody else's constitution or indigenous or in whatever, you had your own. Number one, before anybody recognized anybody or acknowledged anybody, before them Europeans would come over here to do that, we were doing it ourselves. So I recognize everybody on this panel as Indigenous Americans. Each one of the people on the panel recognizes everyone as being Indigenous Americans. We all come from different families, but we recognize each other. We do business with each other. Not only that, we acknowledge each other's presence today. The difference between the words and the difference between how they are used in the United States system, like Juan said, John Doe is insane. Because you have acknowledged tribes that aren't recognized. They're acknowledged as being alive. They're not recognized by the feds. You see Yamasi chiefs going different places, doing things on behalf of their tribal nation. You see Wali chiefs doing things on behalf of their tribal nation. Now, they're not federally recognized, even though these are two of the oldest tribes that were contacted in the colonial era. They're not federally recognized. But now they're finally acknowledging that these people are alive today. Fucking insane when you play on the words, their game. So what happens when your constitution is in your language? Now the ball is in your court. See how that works? What happens when the constitution is in your language? That's how you move. That's how you combat the fuckery. You don't combat the fuckery with more fuckery. You don't do that. You get your shit together. Hold up. Let me look for this real quick. Hold on. All right, let's see. Any questions? Any more questions?
And y'all, don't forget to go buy the blue flame and the green flame. Make sure y'all cop that.
Hold
It's
up,
worth the
2 minutes.
read.
2 minutes.
This live, this live on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we live. Yeah, we live right now.
Yep, you have the right to determination and everything. You have the right to govern yourselves as fit as a nation, and that's where everything falls in your family jurisdiction. That's another thing. It's jurisdiction dealing within the family.
So I'm back. I'm looking for speaking of fire, I'm looking for my fire. I don't know what my damn lighter at. But yeah. So the green fire and the blue fire are currently now available. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link to the books so you all can grab them off Amazon. If you do want your book signed, sent to you with the personal note and the pretty beads and the pretty stones, all that cute stuff. You can hit me up personally on Instagram. Just get with me on Instagram, and I'll have that sent to you. The green fire and the blue fire Currently, the Green Fire hardcover is $60. The paperback is $39, and the PDF is actually only $20. Let me drop this link right here for you all now. It is one of the books a part of the Wally Origin series, or the, excuse me, let me drop this here, right? If you want the hardcover, you buy it directly from me, it's only $50. So you actually be saving $10. And the book will be signed for you. So it'll be signed, come with a couple, a bracelet, comes with bookmarkers, green highlighters. It's green themed. So this right here in the comments is for the Green Fire. It's titled From Deptford, or the original title is From Deptford to the Mississippi. What is explaining is that culture, archaic culture, or I have to say it like that. I have to say it hard like them. I would rather call it archaic, right? But that culture spread from the East Coast to the Mississippi and to the Midwest. There are many things that are taught backwards, right? Many of the mounds in the Southeast, like temple mounds, the credit usually go to the Mayans, right? When you deal with boats, people think about the Olmec. No one ever truly gives credit to the Iwa'a, or the original people that were on this land. So it's explaining that. One thing that's beautiful that you'll find in that book is that is the only book that you will find that the Wali, or the Wale, or the Guale, as many people call them, right? That the Wali and the Appalachian are actually the same people, but their name was said different by different speakers of the same language. The Uba'a, the Iba'a, Uba'a, Ikwa'a, Apala, Abala, right? So all of these different terms, Talagiwi, Alagiwi, Alagini is English, right? Telogiwi, Hogolugi, Ogii, Tishrigi, Tishrigi, Chiloki, right? All of these different terms were speaking about the same union of people. You can find that in the book. With great detail. And it also details how the people that you know as the Wali are actually the oldest people in the land. So you might want to get that, talk about pottery, all the good how the women used to do what they did. Men barely did shit. Men really hunted and built shit, but women really did the work. So you really want to get that book. Let's see. It's 11:40, and I still can't find my lighter. What else we got on the table? Any free bills? Anything y'all want to talk about that we can build on while I'm here?
Peace. I have a question.
Yes, peace. Talk to me.
Do you or anybody know of first and secondhand experiences of somebody using the underdrip in trade? Like how
Yes.
it works in trade?
Look up Funa, the organization Funa. They
Okay.
actually adopted it. They have a trade, they do trade with each other. So you have different like 9 tribes that make up the Funa organization, but they actually adopted the UNDRIP for trade purposes and actually treaty purposes. So you have the Shakori, the Savannah Band, Yuchi, you have some Taino, or the Taino village, Yukaichi. So yeah, look up Fauna. If you right now, Fauna, FANA.org, if I'm not mistaken.
What does it cost? FAA what?
FANA, Fauna.
Foreign organization, right?
Yeah. I knew about it for a while. Sean had brought it back to my attention. Me and bro had a short conversation about it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for this flame. Give me 2 more seconds. All right, I'm pulling it up now. I'm just gonna have to do this without that, because I'm highly upset now. I literally been sitting at the same table for this whole hour and lost my lighter. I don't know how that happened. I do not know how that happened, bro. Hold on. All right, so it's Funna. It's Funna dot global. My bad, y'all. Check that out. It's Funna dot global. So these are the member nations. So yeah, I was right. So it's nine member nations. You can go over there and look at the nations. It comes with their document. So their constitution, bylaws, all of that different stuff. So this is the support for economic development. This is more of a trade. I think Fauna has a trust. So what they put together very well and detailed, but there are places that they acknowledge that the undrip was basically used. So you just have to go through the website. I don't know exactly where I found it at. Let's see if I can show this one. But yeah, so like this document, they have different documents where they actually, go over everything for you. But it's Funna.global. Hey, I'm finna be so mad. I've been looking for my lighter this whole time. I found it finally. And it's still at the table. Bro, I gotta stay off the weed, bro. This is insane.
That's I got you looking for it, huh?
hey, this hey, this not even funny, man.
Button a sneak you'd have been button long time ago, boy.
Cause this is ain't no way. But let me see. So uh but yeah, when you do, if y'all do have the chance, do check it out. You'll be able to find exactly what you're looking for here. I don't remember exactly who at which one of these two had it. I know I looked at the Savannah River Band, the Uchi, and I also looked at Cape Fear Band, the Shikori. Um, I'm not gonna do any build on them or how I feel about them. Um, uh, Ours is structured a little different. I will say this: if you're not blood related, uh, you can't. Yeah, we not right. I can't even get the words out because the thought of it is like, right. But yeah, no. If you're not blood related, you should already know. For us, it's definitely a no. Um, can I zoom out of this shit? Okay, here we go. So this is the Uchis. This is the Uchis. So Miku, so they had their all of their right, their whole constitution. Oh, I didn't even share it with y'all. Here you go. So this is a revision of their constitution from 2011. So this is when Langley actually had the big seat. He was in Allendale at the time, South Carolina. Uh, Let me exit. So that's when that was put together. Who else could we view? Seeing the Shikuris. Let me show you the Shikuri. Let me show you them real quick. Um, and I do want to state here that it is here that I will let you know that Shikori or Shikori, right? Like this is the crate because that's actually what it is, right? And one can say, well, it could be Sharuri. This is Chicola. This is the same word as Chicora or Chicola.
I'm about to say Chikora.
Facts. We would say Chicora because we rolled the L, right? We didn't say la, we used ra. So the la, low, and those sounds we had ra and ro and ru, roy. Those were our terms or our way of saying it. So this is why you got the double R. This is the original way to write it via Latin, right? Um, but in theirs, they also let you know that they're sovereign, they're putting theirs together, they're autonomous. Talk about the band, they say they're self-sufficient. But again, all of this deals with and it stops sharing. Let me go back. God damn, why do me like that? But all of this deals with having your own. One thing you will notice about these different groups or fauna is that when they put together what they put together, they made sure that everything was detailed and right. So when they started to unify with other families, anyone coming in would have to be subjected to the same type of what's the word I'm looking for, Month? Uh process, right? When coming in. If you don't have, and it's talking about the tribal council, if you do not have or if you aren't blood related, it's a no for us. With fauna, there are tribes in fauna that do allow membership if one is married to a member. So if you're married to a member, a part of the union or the federation, because this is theirs, so I have to be proper. So if you're a part of if you have a husband or a wife that's a part of their federation, um, you can become a part. Or if you have a good friend that's a part of their federation, you can become a part as an adopted member. Maybe not, well, not maybe, but your family would not. Um, but that person would. And again, this is dealing with them. The most important thing, again, is that they have their own. So when you see these 9 nations or these 9 member nations, know that they have their own land. They have their own constitution. They have their own guidelines. They have their own structure, judicial system. They have everything working and moving for them. This is a goal. It may not be where you want to be, because I personally, I don't see us joining FANA, but I do see us being acknowledged by many. We are acknowledged by one of them exactly. But I wouldn't, acknowledgement is that, right? I wouldn't want to be a part of federation or a confederacy, because confederacies have never been good to Wale. Um, but acknowledgement, right? Dealing with other people, other clans, families, or people who basically have established their lineage. That is what you want to do, and you want to put that on paper. You want to have this notarized. You want to put this paper with your genealogy. You want to create a treaty, right? You want to deal with other tribal nations so you all could place these things together. Now, we were asked specifically about trade. So here goes commerce and trade. They have a treaty of commerce and trade. Took me long enough, right, Omi? I apologize. I apologize.
All
Hold
is
on.
well.
Let me see. I got this about to print. What the fuck? Uh, wow. Why would they do that? So let's see. So Federation of Aboriginal Nations of the Americas press release. Today's press release is a continuation of the releasing of the treaties that were signed by the members of the Federation of Aboriginal Nations of the Americas at the Province Communal Equity Initiative's 5th Annual International Indigenous Peoples Cultural Conference held at Roger Williams University, Bay Point Conference Center, 2021. In addition to the historical documents that have been shared over the past few weeks, today's documents establishes the commerce and trade treaties tribal members, thereby creating the largest commerce and trade treaty amongst the indigenous people in modern times. So there's a treaty that was signed between these 9 nations to open up commerce and trade. Simple acknowledgement. And when you go read their own constitutions and tribal standing, they let you know that the fauna member nations are not federally recognized, nor are they seeking to secure any federal recognition relationship. So while they have their own, they have the stamped bloodline, they have all the ties that they need, and then they rebuilt their own tribal nations, and then started to do business with each other. That's your birthright. But this is later explained in Undrip when they tried to eventually flip it on you. When they said, I think it was like 33 or 35, when they was like, oh yeah, you can do all of this, but in a coordinates. You get what I'm saying? In a coordinates to the charter. Ain't no in a coordinates to the charter when this has already been done for us. It's something that we've been doing. So everybody look into fauna.global. What they've done is major. So you definitely will want to look into that. What they've done is major. I have no ill will or no ill words, I would say, about what they've done, because they've done it the ancient way while modernizing and revitalizing things to fit where they need to actually fit. And as they say, and this is a federation of nations. So if our nations say it, we didn't get it from them, but we want to show you that there are not just our tribal nation, but other other federations of Aboriginal nations that do not wish to be federally recognized. It's not what they want. So where do you go with this? What do you do with this information? You watch this video again, you take points, and then you start to set a vision board on how you're going to start putting this down. You have your ties to your territory. You have a tribal body of tribal citizens with direct bloodline to specific nations. You have a direct bloodline to a prominent chief acknowledged during the colonial era, or B, with maintained presence in and relationship with those ancestral lands. So if you cannot find that you were tied back to a prominent leader within the colonial era, but you find that you still hold ties to that land, then what? 4, 5, 6. So this is an idea, right? This was an idea of someone that was created, put on paper, and it worked for them. But this can be done 10 times over. This can be done 10 times over. One doesn't have to join their federation. One can simply see what they're doing and use it to better themselves. That's all I have for today. I doubt we have any questions in the comments. Let's see. Anybody else want to free build on anything about that, or what? Talk to me. Or what do y'all think about that? Let me ask the panel. Omi, what do you think about those 9 tribal nations coming together, opening up trade and creating a federation?
I mean, it sounds awesome. I want to look more into it. I'm on the website now, but I definitely want to look more into it, see what they've been up to.
Okay.
I think it's a good example.
Definitely, right? That's what I was saying. Like, this is a good example of how things were done and should be done, right? It stopped a lot of the BS. Let's see. Reem, what you think, fam?
I give him blank this now, cuz I couldn't hear nothing for probably about 2 minutes just now.
Oh shit, my bad. Nah, what I was asking was with the original bill and about finding out that okay, there are 9 nations that basically created a federation. For trade. They have treaties with each other and shit. What do you think about that? Basically, is what I was asking.
Right, the fauna thing, right?
Right, facts.
I just basically trying to see how all this work. I currently on this internet looking at this thing right now, reading some stuff to be honest with you, on my other
Okay,
phone.
okay. Let's see, Paul. What you think? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, and Fana, they're not the only ones. They have another one that's down here down south. Because what most people don't know is that EMOC actually helped those to actually establish that treaty. You know,
Mm. And he Yama, right?
no, he just say he Aboriginal. He's down there with the Mupa down there in New Zealand. You know, he doing some big things down there in New Zealand. He got Turk claims and everything, man. He doing the big down there.
Yeah, that's lit.
Who's that again, please?
Um, okay.
He mock.
White Fire, you there? See if we can get a
Yeah, I'm
voice
here.
of reason. You there, Mutt?
Can you hear me?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. I went over the whole final website a couple of days ago, and I thought everything that they had was well put together. Uh, Like Omi said, as far as within a tribal council, I would like to see more on that. But as far as the, the representation goes, oh yeah, they did a real good job.
Okay. I need a bill though. Y'all give me short words, man. Mutt, turn up, man. Somebody take over for me for 3 minutes, please. Let's see. So this comment I definitely agree with. And that's what we pointed out, right? So that's why the build is important. And actually going to the front because in the undrip, what they began to admit is that all of these things that are to be done are to be done by way of their charter, right? So I definitely agree with this comment right here. It says the UFK facts. So definitely agree with that comment. I have to disagree. I have to disagree because some people don't know, right? So you can't fault those who don't know. You fault those who miseducate. So I definitely disagree with this comment, but I agree with these two comments. And hey, that's my right.
But the thing
Crazy.
is, the, the thing is, you said the United States Constitution guaranteed more rights than that of the United Nations when it determines when it comes to the indigenous bills of right. If that was the case, then nobody would have to sign under the BIA to be federally recognized. If the United States Constitution gave indigenous people that much right and power, they wouldn't have to go to be federally recognized. All thing they would say that the Constitution already said that we already recognized. You see? So if that was the case, then there wouldn't be no need to join the BIA to become
and it
federally
wouldn't be no
recognized.
jurisdiction over us.
Right. And see, that's why it's important because
This
see if
the
anybody
dagger.
can
Here go
pull up.
another dagger. Go now. Go ahead. Then I want you to read this comment and talk about this comment that I got up right here.
Yeah, tribal people look after their own affairs, right? Everything else goes through the BIA. So with that being said, if they're being federally recognized, everything go through the BIA. You see, but the thing is, if you got a treaty, if you have a treaty, then nephew, can you put up Article 6, Section 8 of the United States Constitution right quick? And we go read this for the
I'm in the
people.
kitchen. I'm making food right now. Give me like 3 minutes.
Oh, let him cook. He in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Let him
So,
cook.
yeah, let them cook. Article 6 and Section 8, when they say treaties that were signed before, it did say Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land. So now you got to ask what treaties that were signed before the United States actually became a nation, because those treaty was grandfathered in dealing with that Article 6, Section 8. So, and then they say that these laws here, the say after the Constitution, this paraphrase, is the supreme law of the land. So the treaties that was done ahead for is the supreme law of the land. So if the Constitution was the full, treaties still stand, because once again, treaties go into international law. So when treaties go into international law, that goes in dealing with the League of Nations, which became known as the United Nations. You see, this is how you had our family members that was dealing with the Mekasuki, who actually had a treaty in the 1960s with Fidel Castro, and it became international law.
Run that back again, Paul.
Yeah, that's an actual fact.
Oh, that was on me. You asked that question on me.
No, that for me.
How but
Yeah,
what gives the BIA the right to give anybody tribal status? That's people should think about that. Because if you are saying, if somebody said, well, the undrip is evil, the BIA is has to be more evil, because the BIA gives you a tribal status. When undrip is saying, shit, we can't do that, only y'all can do that. So it's you got to read them, you got to know these, you got to read them. I'm telling you, you got to know these things.
bingo. And that's the thing. Dealing with the BIA, and then was the ones that set up the blood quantum dealing with Congress. You see? So now what happened is they have to meet a certain criteria in order to become federally recognized. And then you have a nation that was federally recognized, but they wind up not meeting the criteria anymore, and they wind up lost their federal recognition. You see? Because you have to understand the BIA was actually the War Department. You understand? So dealing with the War Department, and then you have the land of the Bureau of Land Management, which is over. They took over the land and put the land in trust. You see, that's why the land fall the um under the land management, the Bureau of Land Management. All their reservations fall under the Bureau of Land Management. And in the Bureau of Land Management, that's over reservations in national parks. So when they have a federal shutdown, everything that's under their jurisdiction shut down. because remember they over the parks and services. So when the parks and them need trimming of the trees and everything, they do that. When a reservation need trimming of the trees, they got to tell the BIA, hey, we got a fallen tree or we got a tree that need to be cut down, and then they'd be like, okay, but they can't do it themselves. You see. A matter of fact, I'm gonna do a plug here if I can, nephew. You can go to Southeastern Talking Stick, and we actually did a podcast. My cousin Christina and I, with all the pros and cons of being federally recognized, and we actually put that down as well.
Okay, referring to what's on the stage right now, where it says the BIA is a nation within a nation. Also, they operating under it. Are they operating under
No, the BIA
United
is not a
Nations,
nation.
international
The
law?
BIA is not a nation. The BIA is not a nation. The BIA is under the jurisdiction of the United States. That's one of the departments. That's one of the departments.
Thought so. I'm just referring to the comment that's on the to that person. And in that case, if the BIA is a nation within all of the tribes that are here today,
All right, I'm back. So what was going on? It said BIA is a nation within a nation. Okay, so if they're a nation within the nation, what nation are they within?
that's what I just asked.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
My bad. Hey, so
that's exactly what
let's
I
see,
just
huh? Let's see. Hold on, I had to get my food ready. Um. um, Okay. So the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Okay. Uh, Dagger, right? Let me share this. Some things are important. That's why I say I'm okay being a student, right? I'm okay being a student. Uh Especially when they those who I respect definitely got something. So let's talk about it, right? So the BIA was formed March 11th, 1824. Its jurisdiction is the federal government of the United States. Uh, Also, the BIA is uh, a United States federal agency within the Department of the Interior. So you say, well, it's a nation within a nation. Uh, uh, in a department. So again, what they do, and this is federal shit. They have nothing to do truly with the sovereignty of these tribes. If they did, they wouldn't be over them. There would be no, if someone was murdered on the land, if someone is murdered on the land, the BIA takes over that and that person goes to federal court. That's not sovereignty, brother. That's not true freedom. Somebody's agency or someone's nation, as you say, now holds power over things that you once had jurisdiction of, because you can't do that. Your nation can't buy firearms if you're federally recognized, because it would be like the United States funding another, right? So when you are under these systems, the UNDRIP, right? When you're under the UN, when you're under BRICS, you are subjecting yourself to their law and their jurisdiction. That's why you got to have your own. See, somebody, so he says, well, and watch this. The reason they extradite criminals, you say, as bargaining chips, but they have to extradite them where? To another nation. So the FedRecs extradite their criminals to the United States so the United States can handle business, but the United States is making money off the court procedures. But as they're making money off the court procedures, then somebody say, wait, they couldn't have helped me anyway, because this treaty, such and 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 such. This is why you have to have your own facts. They're giving the lands away. We just did a video about them attempting to give Kolomoki away. And they'll give it away to a federally recognized tribe, a tribe that's recognized by the BIA, like the Muskogee Creek or the Muskogee or the Muspa, Kuida, Kushida, Kusa, when they don't belong in the Southeast originally. These are invaders. But these are, like bro said, these are UN UNESCO heritage sites which are being given back to freaking invaders. This is why you got to have your own and tell your own story and get your head, or get the BIA's dick out of your mouth. Because if you sucking they meat, you're also sucking the meat of the UN. Why? Because the UN forced the United States to adopt the UNDRIP, in the United States created the ADRIP in 2016. So being under one is being under the other. And you say, well, they extradite Muslims. Those Muslims have a nation. Do you see the difference in the terminology? Someone who is Muslim, right? One of peace. One of, or somebody who does something. Salam, peace. Salem, peace. So a Muslim is one of peace. But doesn't he have a country and a nationality? So they extradite him to another nation. Why? That nation has that power to get that person back. But when you're under the BIA, you just send your people to the federal government to get judged. Now, you may think this is okay, maybe because you may be a part of the FedRecs. But for us, it's not okay. It's not okay. Now, one can say, well, they don't have treaties with other nations, and they still extradite people there because those people have the power. That's a nation. It's called business and commerce. Even though you say it's not about money, it's definitely about bread. That's why these tribes went under the BIA, about the fucking money. They started to kick out people who were originally that. They started to slaughter people who were originally that, and then started getting fucking paid for it. And as they got paid for it, you know what they told you? I'm finna show you what they told you. If you have to ask if you're indigenous, you should know that you're not. This is the game. I'm federally recognized. I have a card and I'm recognized to say that I'm indigenous by the BIA. Now, your grandma says you were indigenous, but you ain't got the paperwork for it. And you asking me, what are your rights as someone who's indigenous? You can't be indigenous. That was set up by the BIA. Dagger. know what I be dealing with. The energy don't lie. Currency don't lie. Call it currency exchange for a reason. When you defend certain things, it tells who you truly are. To defend the BIA and shit on the UN is fucking insane. When the BIA still operates by what? International law. See, the BIA is a federal government. Fed. That's United States. But international law. So the thing is, and I agree, but people use it to do or say something that you said. If you have to ask, then you know that you're not already. That's wrong. Some may use that card. Some may use that paperwork. Some may use the BIA to say that they're more indigenous than others. Let's not act like this does not go on. One can say, well, ancestors were federally recognized, and that means what? What that mean, y'all? They sold. Because you have federally recognized tribes that slaughtered the original people, and the original people still have descendants. Why the fuck aren't they federally recognized?
Nephew, I can share something on your page.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You got your computer?
Yeah, I got my computer. Hold on, I'm about
All right,
to
go ahead. See if you can click the bottom and see if you can share.
Okay, and here we go. But to do the share. Wow. Okay, now right here that I have who controls the BIA, because he said that the BIA is a nation and he was actually wrong. You can't give out misinformation like that. Right here dealing with the Assistant Secretary, the Indian Affairs, what advised the Secretary of the
Hold on,
Interior
Pa.
of the
It's
Indian
not
Affairs
pulling up.
Policy.
Hold on.
It's
Give me a
it's not
second.
showing.
Nah, there. Go ahead and add it to the stage. There you go.
Yeah, advisor Secretary of the Interior. All right, and the Interior is dealing with the land management. Okay, the Indian Affairs and Policy and Issues and Communication Policies to and oversee the program of the BIA and the BIE. Provide leadership in the consultant with the tribes, and serve as the DOI, the official or the interior of the Interior Department coordinator. And here's about the BIA. Okay, the BIA and everything is dealing with under the land management. Once again, and also dealing with the War Department. You have right here the Indian Affairs currently provides services directly through contract grants and compact approximately 1.9 million American Indians and Alaskan natives. Now, they say there are 574 federal recognized Indian tribes and Alaska Native village in the United States. All right. So we just read this part right here, right? But right there they say within the executive branch on the Indian matter. So this is a part of the executive branch of the United States government, because you have the executive, you have the legislative, and you have the judicial. So the BIA is not its own government. The BIA is under the government, under the executive branch of the United States government. When you speak, you have to be proper, precise, and correct dealing with the information. The BIA cannot do anything unless it has been voted on. They are not a government by themselves, they are part of the government. The BIA, Indian
It definitely
Affairs,
was
the
said that
oldest.
they was a nation, but now he's saying, "Oh, it's a collection of nation, not a nation itself." So I guess
No,
change.
no. Look, it said right here the BIA, which is the Indian Affairs, is the oldest agency of the United States Department of the Interior, established in
Damn.
1824.
Yup. Right
It
now.
is, it is, it is responsible for the administration and management of 55 million surface acres. You see, they're responsible for the acres. So when you got the 5 civilized tribes talking about they sovereign, how the fuck you sovereign and your doggone land is under the management of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, meaning that you a motherfucking ward of the fucking government. Man, don't play with me, man. I do this shit. I do this shit. I do this shit. I do this shit, nephew. This was what the fuck I do. So it tell you that the 57 million acres of subsurface mineral estates held in trust by the United States of America, right, for American Indians, Indian tribes, and Alaskan natives. Their mission is to what? Enhance the quality of life, which the fuck they don't, to promote economic opportunities, and to carry out responsibilities to protect and improve and trust asset of the American Indian tribes and Alaskan Native. If that was the case, then why the fuck the Navajo and them is having a problem with water and shit? And they just got fucking electricity on their fucking reservation. Man, don't play with me, man. Don't play with me. This is what the fuck I do. Oh, I'm proud to be a Native American, but yet you brag so much about the Seminole Nation and everything. Bitch, my nation is autonomous because you know what? We don't get no subsidized money from no government. Everything we do is on our fucking own.
Talk to him.
On our own. We are not motherfucking dependents. Only wards are dependents. But y'all want to talk about, oh, we sovereign. Well, if you're sovereign, why the fuck this motherfucker had to give y'all the doggone blood quattro? We didn't do that shit. We didn't do that shit. That's not tribal ways. That's not traditional ways. It's not. You own what your mama is. How you gonna be 1/4 of your mama and you come from out of her pussy, nigga? The fuck? My bad, nephew, but I had to get that off.
Nah. I'm over here eating just, you feel me? Hey.
Fire.
And time to block the troll. Nobody said nothing about reparations. That's how you know that dagger, that shit hit hard, bro. Nobody mentioned reparations. Nobody mentioned reparations. But when you sovereign, when you handle your own business, and yeah, I'm smacking in the phone. Niggas want you to be a dependent.
I don't want no restitution, meaning to restore everything like it was.
Restore. Facts. Restore. Fuck repairing. Restore.
Fucking came.
Mm-hmm.
That's
no. Now, here's the dagger. Hold on. When he say we don't get government funds, that's not saying that you want reparations. What you just did was some clown shit, and we'll see you later. Thank you for your time.
Word. Get that boy up out here, man.
The Aborigines, we've been here.
Clown shit. Get out of there. I don't argue with him. Keep going. Talk your shit. You got the pedal now. If you want to finish reading this, or if you want to show some more fuckery with the BIA, we all
know who that is. That's a nigga with the fuck.
Oh, that's the meth head.
Okay, let's get back to it. Yay!
Fucking jump up on here ain't trying to learn nothing, just talking.
Yay!
Hey, that was funny though.
Yeah, because when you said the BIA is a nation, how the fuck the BIA gonna be a nation and they're a fucking agency under the United States Department of Interior? Get the fuck out of here, boy.
Mm-hmm.
The Bureau of Indian Education provide education serving approximately to 42,000 Indian students. So their mission is to provide quality education opportunities from early childhood through life in accordance with the tribes needs to culture and economic well-being in keeping with the wide diverse of Indian tribes, Alaskan native villages, and distinctive culture and governmental entities. The Bureau considered the whole person spiritual, mental, physical, and cultural aspect. So that's what that's dealing with. So when you got motherfuckers talking about, oh, we federal recognized. Oh, bitch, you on super welfare. That's what the fuck you on. You on super welfare, nigga. But you know what's so funny?
Hey,
At least
what the
our welfare,
fuck?
look, at least our welfare was better than theirs. You heard me in the project getting government, you know, all that there, and we got nice projects and shit. You know what I'm saying? But here y'all are living in down RVs and trailer homes and shit. Like, come on, man. That's why some of
No.
y'all was moved to the city. And look, and look, and cousin, look, cousin Christina showed the reason why they were trying to move the people off the land in the 1950s because they wanted the land. They wanted the land to do development on. You see, that's a whole nother thing that they don't want to
Facts.
talk about. But this is what I do, nephew. This is what I do. I like to do catch 22s. Oh, we federal recognized. Bitch, you on super welfare.
And that's what I'm gonna start calling the super welfare. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're super welfare recipients. That's what they are, super welfare recipients. Get mad with me. It's the truth. It's the truth. And they give y'all hush money. Because how in the fuck the Creek Nation go was first being ran by Negro Indians, and then now it's not ran by Negro Indians no more? How the fuck that happened? Hey, what's up, cuz? Peace. You know, how that happened? If the Creek Nation was ran by Negro Indians, how in the hell is not ran by Negro Indians no more? And then you got people in them that get a card from the Seminole Nation that says 00 Indian blood, but yet you a citizen. How you a citizen of an Indian nation when you don't even much have no Indian blood? Because
You ain't
according to
even got the
tribal law,
blood.
right, you ain't got no blood. So how you an Indian? But you say that you Gullah Geechee, but yet you think Gullah Geechee is African and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even see your own history. It don't make no sense. And then you turn around and say that the Igua'a and the Yamasi and them are extinct. How? How? Motherfucker, you know you just committed international law and crime by trying to denationalize people? That's a criminal law.
Facts. Facts.
Go ahead, nephew. Go ahead, nephew. I yield the floor to you.
Well, I think we all need some ayahuasca.
That's
Let's
right.
take a 5-minute break and we can resume on the free bill. That's cool. We're gonna keep this one. We still on here. I'm just gonna let the music get our
I gotta,
minds back right.
I gotta charge. I gotta go charge my phone up. I ain't got my charger with me.
Oh Lord, say less. I'm gonna let the music play, and then we can free build of you if anybody want to, or if anybody got anything they want to build on specifically. All right.
Yeah, the United States Department of the Interior, the Indian Bureau Affairs. That's what the fuck they is. They're under the doggone. Oh, nigga talking about it, the BIA, the nation. Boy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. That means you don't even go to the executive branch. You don't even fucking know government. This is what this live is about: knowing government and law.
Facts.
You don't even must know
Facts.
government and law. And
That's literally what this is about. So, 4 minutes. I think the song is. I'm gonna let it run out, let it refresh our energy. Then we can start back.
All right, all right, all right. Let the music play, baby. You already know.
All right.
boy came back trolling. Tim FBA.
My God, what the fuck?
Leave him alone, man.
Man, let me go charge my phone. What's up?
Medicina ayahuasca welcome to my chakronita águila de oro que abre los cielos, tejiendo un nuevo mundo. Águila de oro que abre los cielos, tejiendo un nuevo mundo. Condorcito tocando la cumbre de la montaña, cuyos ojos invitan a todo. Condorcito tocando la cumbre de la montaña, cuyos ojos invitan a todo. Ay, mi taita ya hey. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, mi taita ya hey. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, na 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 na. Curandero poderoso, purificando, curando todo. Guías amorosas cuidando, están restaurando el equilibrio. Prisumbró pintando la selva con amor, con colores del universo. Colibrí zumbró pintando la selva con amor, con colores del universo. Ay, mi taita ya hey. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, mi taita ya hey. Ay, na 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 na. Ay, na 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 na.
Clear. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for staying for that 5 minute break. Um, had to refresh my brain. There's a lot going on. We had a 2 hour show. So we'll finish off or we'll cap it off with we can have a Q&A if anyone has any questions about tribal law, um, federal law when dealing with the indigenous Americans and or international law and how these things work. If you have any questions about that, um, if I do have the answer, I'll definitely answer it for you. If not, we have some others that may be able to answer those questions. So we can get back. Y'all can open y'all mic. Again, Reem on me. If y'all actually moving around, y'all can free y'all mic. So we can get back to the conversation. If y'all do want to continue the conversation about the BIA.
So you just been saying all them
Yeah.
recent tribal, all them
Yeah.
jump coincide with each other, right?
So when I first opened up, what I was explaining is in our constitution, there are things that do align with what's in the UNDRIP and the ADRIP, but I was explaining that these were adopted into their constitution or their declaration, right? Because they're making a declaration for independence, for indigenous people. It's not the declaration made by indigenous people themselves. So that's why I was putting them together so people could see that when they have their own and they do it according to tribal law, they can also find it in international courts too, that may be able to assist them. Kind of like what Pa and Mutt was talking about, that loophole, right? Or having those loops or finding out how these things tie in to be able to liberate different people. So that's basically what that was, showing that even though they're not the same, they don't originate from the same place. There are principles taken from indigenous people that the UN did adopt into their declaration for indigenous people.
Right. Okay.
Let's see who wants to join. Let me drop the link. I don't know if somebody might have questions. I'll drop the link. I usually don't. I'll be trying to spare myself of the extra stuff that be going on. But yeah, so the free build on that, right? I'll go over some things dealing with indigenous constitutions. A few that I have, I'll go over a few things. Um, excuse me. So like we already went over like name, um, the name, right? The tribal nations, tribal whatever is going on, they have to have a name. So whatever nation that your people said you were, that's what you identify as. And then you have the historical and geographic context. So you have to be able to prove that you historically come from these places and that you are actually tied in to these people. When it comes to territory, so each tribe, right? Or how, according to their constitution, they have, or they let know that, okay, well, they claim their sovereign rights over the land, the water, the properties, the airspace, the surface, the subsurface, right? So that's the material in the ground, and any natural resources that may come with that land. But that's also found in UNDRIP Article 26 and it's found in ADRIP Article 25. So it's not saying that the Constitution or this or any other constitution is built off of those. It's simply saying that there are certain rights that tribes acknowledge that they have that are also acknowledged in international court. Sovereignty and governance. So each constitution will tell you that you have the right to self-determination, um, and that basically gives you full recognition in your sovereignty with that nation. But in UNDRIP, self-determination is actually defined in Article 3. So while a tribe may say you have the right to self-determination, this is their law, you can also find this in UNDRIP Article 3 and ADRIP Article 3. So while you're not subjected to that, or you're not accepting or adopting their declaration as yours, which would put you under their jurisdiction, there are things in there that still apply. Principles and governance. Again, these are notes that I've taken down over time to actually see how it was structured by indigenous people and how the international world structured it. So you have principles of governance. So the principles of governance, they tell you how things align. But this is also supported by UNDRIP Article 20 and ADRIP Article 21. Citizenship and membership that you can find in tribal constitutions is also substantiated or found in UNDRIP Article 9 and ADRIP Article 8. Blood relations, so those blood ties are defined in tribal constitutions. You may find them in UNDRIP Article 33 and ADRIP Article 34. Excuse me, ADRIP Article 14. Pardon me, this Roman numerals, pardon me. You have a judicial system. So tribal judicial systems as outlawed in their constitution. You end up eventually finding these in UNDRIP Article 34 and ADRIP Article 22. And these recognize the rights of indigenous people to promote, develop, and maintain their institutional structures and legal system. So your birthright tells you that you have the right to maintain, to promote, develop, and maintain your institutional and legal system. But their law changes from you to their, because they're talking about you within their jurisdiction. The rights of members are also identified in all tribal constitutions, but the rights of members or indigenous people are defined in UNDRIP Article 5 and ADRIP Article 5, ensuring the dignity and well-being of their members, or of the members or the indigenous people within their jurisdiction. Natural resources and environmental stewardship, you can find these in tribal constitutions. In the UNDRIP, they're found Article 29. ADRIP, they're found in Article 14. Let's see. No, excuse me, 19. Article 19 for ADRIP. Cultural preservation, you find these in all tribal constitutions. But in the UNDRIP, you find it Article 11, ADRIP, Article 13. Economic development, you find in all tribal constitutions. And they go with the UNDRIP Article 22 and ADRIP Article 29, excuse me. And the responsibilities of members that you find in every tribal constitution. You also can find Article 35 in UNDRIP and ADRIP Article 30. So said that to say, while tribes have their own constitutions, then they have their own. Within the federal courts, the ADRIP, you can find specific alignments. And in the international courts, the UNDRIP, you can find specific alignments. So those are just guides to help you see, okay, well, what we have here on ours, if we had to fight something or do something in international court, then this is how this lines up. So that's how that goes. Let's see. We don't have any questions. Talk to me. I know you was gonna say you about to take off before I did start reading that. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, nephew. I like to go ahead on and share the BIA thing again. Oh, I'm on their ass this morning.
Hold on. I gotta get the charger. The laptop just died, so it's gonna take about 2 minutes for it to charge back up.
Look, Ovi laughing.
It again.
I said Ovi was laughing. I said I'm on that ass again.
That me laughing at you, Pop.
Oh, that was you
Oh,
laughing?
yeah, I think she dropped that with Reem. What the player?
Me laughing at you.
Oh, you already know,
I ain't
Red,
gonna
nephew.
lie.
Look.
I was going so crazy cause I seen my laptop say My shit was on low power. I ignored that bitch. I played.
Oh,
Go
but
ahead,
I
take
got it.
off, Paul.
I got it on share. Y'all can see the page. Y'all can see the page.
It's gonna take me to open it up. Hold on. Wait, I did. Oh
Okay,
shit, I could do it from the phone. Oh shit, that's lit. Go ahead.
you got it. You got
Yeah,
it.
you up there, you rocking.
All right, all right. It said tribal land and reservation boundaries. Wow. Wow. Look what it got right there, right? And it's, I already read the mission statement and everything. The dude named Brian, he's over the Bureau of Indian Affairs. You heard me. Now I don't know if he's gonna be in this administration because since Donald Trump got sworn in today, he might have another person that's over it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but as it goes on and it says right here, hold on, I went down a little bit too far. Okay, they say who we serve. It say in keeping with the authority and the responsibility under the Snyder Act of 1921 and other federal laws, regulations, treaties. See, look, and other federal laws, regulations, and treaties. Right? This we talk about treaty law. They don't deal with that. All right, people don't study that. But the BIA employees across the country work with tribal governments and tribal members in the administration of employment and job training assistance, law enforcement and justice and agriculture and economic development, tribal governance and natural resources management program to enhance the quality of life in tribal communities. Right? And look right here. Let me scroll down some. Now, as you can see, the popular resources, right? You have this. Now they got the fee to um trust land, right? Acquisition. They got all the Child Welfare Act, you know what I'm saying? The missing and murdered indigenous people, implemented of 477, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got their land in the trust. You see, and they talk about the careers and all that there. But when you look at the side right here, um, let's see if you finish scrolling up and down. Hold on. Now, right here, they have the search for federal recognized tribes, grassland on tribal land. Let's see what they say about grassland on tribal land. Let's see what they say. Let's pull that on up. Pull up on up. Do, 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 do.
Let me see.
It's pulling up. It's pulling up. It's pulling up. It's pulling up. Gotta go through all these links. Oh, here it is right here. On the grassland and tribal land and the USFS, National Grassland. All right, a
Ain't
private
showing.
member. The Bureau is not showing.
No, he's still on the first page.
You gotta click share this page at the top of your screen, at the top of your screen. Right there, yeah.
You got it. You
Yeah,
got it
we
now.
good.
Yeah, just up there.
All right. Um, but it said that the summary. They said this application display the approximate grassland, grassland land.
You breaking up, Paul. You breaking up bad too.
So yeah, that's what it is. they have all that, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta do the siding. There's no impact of the legal status of the land areas depicted on here or hereon or herein, no impact on the land ownership. No legal interference can or should be made from this information. So yeah, that's dealing with that. So you can come on out of there. Yeah, they take that one out. And they got the Indian Child Welfare Act. They got the Tribal Climate Resistance Resources Directory, Tribal Land Reservation and Boundaries, Tribal Membership. Okay, the CDIB. Let's look that up because that's dealing with the blood quantum, right? Oh, they say page not to be found. Ain't that some shit? We looking to
Share the
combine.
screen again, Paul.
Yeah, you gotta share the screen again.
Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Hold on, let me do this right here. Okay. Damn, now what happened? Oh, this is some bullshit. Ah, ah.
Matter of fact, I got an even better one for you. You on the BIA site, right? So we can just follow. I can follow you along. That's how the phone of mine.
I'm trying to pull up.
There we go.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it
Trying
up.
to find the
Where
page.
you at with it?
Hold on, y'all. All
You
right,
heard me,
let's
Paul?
see. What you saying,
I think is this
nephew?
what you was looking at? Holy shit!
What you say?
Holy shit!
What happened?
I
What
think
happened,
I
nephew?
I think this what you were looking at, right? You can see the screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Hold on. Let me go back and open this up. Hold up. Let me go back and open this up. So, um, wow. So fee to trust land acquisitions. Transfer land to be held in trust by the United States on behalf of an individual Indian or a tribe. A fee to trust land acquisition, known as land
Yeah.
into trust, is the transfer of land title from an individual Indian or federally recognized tribe to the United States in trust for the benefit of that individual Indian or tribe. Individual Indians or tribes are eligible to apply for a trust land acquisition for any land owned in fee simple status. What fee simple
Now
status
you
means?
see.
The landowner may freely alienate or encumber the land without federal approval. So they can sell, lease, or gift without federal approval, but the land has to be in the trust. What is trust land? Trust land is land to which the title is held in trust by the United States on behalf of an individual, American Indian, or tribe. Today, there are over 56 million acres of land held in trust by the United States for the benefit of tribal communities. Really? Trust land is a legal status that grants certain benefits, protections, and limitations, including but not limited to So it can't be sold without, excuse me, it can't be sold. Trust land cannot be alienated or encumbered without approval of the Secretary of the Interior. This shit is getting deep.
That's right. Y'all apply to all them boy who federally recognized.
Right. Facts. Because so Indian land, according to the government, means any tract in which any interest is held by a tribe or individual Indian in trust or restricted status and includes both individually owned Indian land and tribal land. Indian landowner means a tribe or individual who owns an interest in Indian land. An Indian reservation or tribe reservation means, unless another definition is required by federal law, authorizing a particular trust acquisition. So a res is a trust acquisition. It's an area by which the tribe is recognized by the United States as having governmental jurisdiction, except that in the state of Oklahoma, wherever historic reservations have not been yet reaffirmed, or where there has been a final judicial determination that a reservation has been disestablished, or oh my God, you're doing too much. But long story short, a reservation by federal law is basically land that's in the United States trust in which tribes are given jurisdiction over. So that's basically what a reservation is. And it kind of makes sense when reservations are being set up. It's okay, this land is y'all's, but it's ours to protect, but you got governance over it. That's basically what's going on. So an individual Indian means any member who is an enrolled member of a tribe. Two, any person who is a descendant of such a member, and said descendant was on June 1st, 1934, physically residing on a federally recognized Indian reservation. Or any other person possessing a total of one half or more degree of Indian blood of a tribe. Notice they're talking what? Blood quantum. So even though one can say, well, we don't deal with blood quantum, it's still in the law.
They lying.
They're lying.
Right.
With forked tongue.
Right.
Catch 22.
Right.
Catch 22. Right.
So this
Didn't
is
I say
why
that catch 22?
This is why we're talking about this. This is why we're talking about this. Peace, Auntie. How you doing today? This is why we're talking about this. So an Indian has to be one of these things. But you can be a person who is an enrolled member of a tribe and not be an Indian. Like Paul said, you can have zero blood and still have a tribal card. But as long as you're a part of that federally recognized tribe, then you're considered what? Federally recognized. Is their standard. Is their standard. This is interesting. What is a tribe? Tribe means any Indian tribe listed under Section 102 of the Federally Recognized Indian Tribe List Act of 1994. Now, it says for purposes of acquisitions made under the authority of 25 USC 5136 and 5138, and other statutory authority which specifically authorizes trust acquisitions for such corporations. Here we go. Tribe also means a corporation chartered under Section 17 of the
So
Act
when the mother
1834. So when I said that tribes have fucking EINs, I was right. When I said tribes are businesses, I was right.
you was right.
This is
You
their
was
law.
right. But yet you got you got a motherfucker that said, tribes got a 501c3. Nigga, y'all got a 501c3 and y'all got a EIN number and y'all got a Dun and Bradstreet number, you bitch you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So y'all
Watch
nation the
this.
corporation too,
Dagger,
bitch.
fucking Dagger. Let them stop playing. Hey, why they be playing with us, man?
Yeah, God.
Why y'all be playing with us? Why do y'all be playing with us, bro?
Why
You
they
still
want to
got
play
that?
with real
Hey,
nigga Indians?
cuz you still got that nigga blocked, man. Excuse my language.
Man,
That bitch in. Let
Let that
Hey.
nigga in, for real. Let that nigga back in here. You got to bring him back in here.
I cannot make this shit up.
Boy, that's crazy.
Employee identification number.
I about to
For the
screenshot
Muskogee
this.
Make this shit up, bro.
I screenshot that. Go back, cuz go back to the other page first. I need to screenshot that one need to.
Hold up. Screenshot this one too.
Say less. I own it.
Screenshot
That's
this one too.
crazy.
Who else?
Man,
Give me
that's
another
crazy.
federally recognized tribe. Listen to what they're telling you. A tribe is what?
A fucking
A tribe is a
corporation.
corporation. So
Not
if
even a
you're a
living entity.
federally recognized tribe means what? You're a federally recognized corporation. You can do business on behalf of this tribal name. If you cannot do business, we don't recognize you as doing. Come on, man. This shit lit. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Put Seminole Nation.
Talk to me.
Put Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. Put Seminole Nation of
they
Oklahoma.
next. They next. They next. They
Goddamn
next.
corporation. They ain't even a living entity. That's crazy.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
I told them they should be coming over here fucking with us.
There we go.
You bitch you.
Screenshot.
Oh shit. Look at that. Look at that. Oh shit.
I wish that shit been a low beggar, boy.
Oh shit. Damn.
That's
man,
crazy.
Screenshot that shit. I send that to my DM on Facebook.
You want me to send them to you, Paul?
Oh, you already know, nephew.
I about to send.
All right, you got the Choctaw
right
Nation. You got the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. You got the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. They next.
Hold up.
I think I might screenshot that one. Hold on. I think.
Hold up. Hold on.
Do them again.
Let me see something.
Fuck. Let me do this.
Here we go. Dagger. Can't make this shit up. You cannot make this up.
Boy, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
So think about this now. When you enroll into one of these nations, what are you really doing?
Oh
You are
shit, they
becoming an
exposed.
employee. You're becoming an employee.
Yep.
They get money.
And the foreman.
Come on now. You a foreman out here. You a recruiter. So they get more money for more people they got to provide because they got to expand. But then some say, no, we get less.
So all of them
Y'all
that
get
talk about,
more.
oh, the people create nations and they pretending to them and all that, man, look like y'all the motherfucking pretenders, huh?
So basically,
Oh yeah, I already said, look,
mm. Who else y'all want me to search, man? I could name them now.
the Chickasaw, the Chickasaw
Matter of
Nation of
fact,
Oklahoma.
I got something else for you. I got something else for you, Paul. Hold on.
That's
I got
crazy.
some
Hold on. I'm about to ask you something.
I got something else for you. See, I got something else for you, man. I got something else for you. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. Go
I
ahead,
started my
Reem. What you
China
were
thing.
saying, cuz?
No, I'm about to say something, but I you about to say it already, man. I just reading the stuff right here. To be honest with you, man, that's crazy. Like, damn.
Here we go. So, who is this, Pa? Who is this? Hold on. Go ahead and go. Who is this, Pa? They got Delaware,
Lenape.
Lenape.
I
I'm gonna
knew it.
show you. This is the
I,
important one, though.
I knew it. I knew it. I
all
knew it.
these niggas got EINs. There's over 50 different types of fucking Lenape. All these niggas got EINs. Incorporation. Incorporation. This is a non-profit. So this is a 501c3. But
Right.
all of this shit, all of these are businesses. All of
So that's
these
why the
are business.
motherfucker was trying to come out. That's why the motherfucker was trying to come out with that CPAP talking about, oh, that's people that have a corporation saying that they're Indians. Nigga, y'all got corporations saying y'all Indians. The fuck? Ain't they trying to call the kettle black? What? Oh,
Hell no.
well, I want to tell hole in their ass C-Pain. C-Pain. That's what they call it. C-Pain. Nigga, y'all got corporations. The fuck?
That's
I told
that's
y'all
crazy.
2025 was gonna be live. I told y'all that. Y'all ain't want to listen.
This is crazy. Here you go, Paul.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
See? See? That's the 5 civilized tribes. The the Choctaw, the
Choctaw,
Chickasaw,
Chickasaw,
the Seminole,
Lenape, Seminole,
Cherokees, and
and
Creeks.
yep.
Yup.
The
And I
I ain't
bet
get
you
that
they
majority.
one.
all
Hold on,
got Dun
damn.
and
Look, go
Bradstreet.
back real quick. Look, I ain't screenshot that one.
Oh, go back.
Yeah,
Hold on, Carl. There you go.
I got him.
Mm. This is their gaming
Cherokee,
enterprise.
Choctaw,
Where is
Chickasaw,
it? Here we
Seminole,
go. Here go
and
the
Lenape.
nation. Hold on. This is the nation. EI. Wait, no, this is not it. Hold on. Let me find the one in Oklahoma. I just had it. I played. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. This is their health department and their tax ID. Let me see. It's other ones. I got their casinos and everything on this shit. That's crazy.
These people get flipped like a puss up mattress, boy. Yeah,
Look,
bro.
see, so if they got got an EIN number, if they got an EIN number, that means they got a Dun and Bradstreet number too. See if they got a Dun and Bradstreet. That means they got a Dun and Bradstreet too.
All
They
right,
got a
give
Dun
me
and
2 seconds.
Bradstreet number. I guarantee you. If they got an EIN number, they got a Dun and Bradstreet number.
Let me see. So here go the other one right here, y'all. Screenshot this one too.
Yep, there it go right there.
This,
I
this
got
one
him.
of them. Cause they am telling you all these shits is businesses, and then after they get the business set, they start creating businesses. You get what I'm saying? Like that shit really
And
crazy.
that's how they get that. And that's how they get that kick. That kick money.
Yeah, that's how they get that bad. That's really how they get that bad.
That's how they get that
All right,
bag.
what you told me to look up, Paul?
Those stations, they got a Dun and Bradstreet number.
How I spell that?
Yeah, they got Dunn
Oh, Dunn
DUN.
Bradstreet. Okay, Dunn Bradstreet.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if they got an EIN number, that means they got a Dun Bradstreet number.
All of them should have one, in the Paul.
Right. All of them should have one. All of them should have a Dun Bradstreet number. Because they got an EIN.
Oh shit.
Boy, we pulling the covers off the eggs, huh?
I knew why that boy coming. Y'all starting shit with people.
He came,
Bro, he
he
never
came on that
won,
last
bro.
time.
And then he jumped back on here with another page too now.
Yeah, that's what he do. He make false pages.
He fast too, boy.
Cause
He real fast.
yo, your auntie was like, "Don't give him that energy, pop, man. Fuck that boy." Punch that bitch in his mouth.
God damn boy ain't all man the internet get these motherfucking voices, man. Some of these people don't even speak up for themselves in real life, man.
Right.
Bro, what I just bro. So Muskogee Creek Nation is registered as a casino,
Oh wow.
What a casino at?
doing business as River Spirit Casino. This is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh
Right.
wow. I
Is
told you
this
they had to have some dealing with Dun and Bradstreet.
this is
Wow.
interesting. This is
Wow.
interesting.
Yep, that's them.
Tulsa,
That's
Oklahoma. Look at
them.
this shit. Look at this shit.
That's them. Wow, that's
Oh,
them. I see they all got a Dun and Bradstreet number.
oh,
Ooh, you bitches.
this. Oh, oh.
Boy, see what happened when you get a wallet and your posse together? Boy,
That's
Zoom in, cuz.
they ain't got some of us busting their ass
they
yet.
supposed
They
to
ain't got
been
enough.
learn. They supposed to been learn.
When they gonna learn?
Yeah, zoom in, zoom in. I won't see the
Oh,
building.
shit.
Hold on, let me slide this bitch over. Hold on, cuz. Um, hold on, where that bitch at? Let me zoom out. You know I got
Is it
the,
right
the,
there?
the bad eyes right now. I
Go
put
back.
contacts in soon.
Oh, there you go right there
Hold
with
on,
the
move
red.
Right
the
there, the
bitch
There you
red
over.
go.
mark.
There you go right there with the red right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go back, cuz you got to zoom back out. Damn.
Oh, fuck, fuck.
Right
Wait,
there,
hold
right
on.
there.
This shit
There
right
you go right
here.
there. There you go. There you go. That bitch big.
Hell
This shit
yeah.
right here.
That's the casino right there.
Good.
Damn.
So this building with the glasses, this shit.
Interesting.
It's a River Spirit Casino Resort.
Facts.
It's a resort. It's a casino. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of and I I'm let me go back real quick. I gotta see something. I have to see something real quick. So this is one of theirs. The nation is here. Their resort is here.
You see the other nations right there too,
Let
right?
me get to the nation. Yeah, I viewed them. Okay, you got Seminole Nation, Choctaw, Shawnee.
They all in
So this is what
proximity of one another.
they
Yeah, they all
and
proximity
this
of
is
one another.
what go ahead.
I say they all in proximity of one another.
Yeah, facts. This is the nation building here. This is the nation building here. This is the position of that casino is very interesting.
It looked
Mm.
like it been by a river too.
Yeah, it's by
Yeah,
the Arkansas River, which make me think about that when they crossed over. This where them first groups was settling, bro. Cause that Arkansas River
right,
kind of that shit red. That shit a red river too. That where that Oklahoma come from. I'm
right,
telling you.
right. Dealing with Red River. Right.
Then facts. Facts. I know Homer mean, you feel me? Homer mean definitely red.
Mhm.
Let me see. So let me see. Yeah, this is interesting, man. This is more than interesting. I tell you that much.
Shit, that's a new bag of worms today, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro, I've been I just ain't show it. Like I don't think I ever pulled. I don't think I ever pulled them up though.
So that casino, that's Muskogee Casino, or
Uh-huh.
Facts. Yeah, that's
the,
they shit.
Yeah.
all right, because we've been
Yeah.
looking at the who Don Bradstreet number we pull out first. The Chickasaw, in it.
That was
I think
Muskogee.
Yo, that was Muskogee. All right, okay.
it was Muskogee.
Yeah.
Let me see
So
where
the
else would I
Chickasaw
go
will be
from.
the next Dun pull up Dun and Bradstreet
Let me
for
see.
the Chickasaw.
Let me see. Oh shit.
That's crazy, man. Baby girl knock out.
Huh, bro?
And brought her to sleep. Let me put you down real quick so I can stand up and stretch.
Business director. So what on here? They got these small businesses on here. The big businesses you can Google 'em. These are more like country clubs, schools. They got they bank that's over there. The Chickasaw Nation Industries, Chickasaw Holding Company, their bank. They got a community bank, telecom. They got electric company, shit like that. Like they got the EINs for all of that on Dunn and Bradstreet.
Damn.
So anything in a nation that's considered a business, they have the EIN on there too. Um, let me see. Shit is more than interesting, bro. It ain't. Shit is more than interesting. I could say that much. there's no reason to want to be or need to be a federally recognized tribe when the code of federal regulations specifically says that a tribe means any Indian tribe listed under section 102 of the federal recognized Indian tribe list. So you have to be, according to them, a tribe is somebody who's federally recognized according to their what they think. And then they
Right.
tell you that tribe also means a corporation chartered under section 17
Mm-hmm.
of the act of June 18, right? So let me check this out real quick. Let's go on a journey. Let's go on a journey. What did we read? It said USC 25 51 38. 5138.
Yeah, United States Code. Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Well, I got 5138. Let me see. 51. Oh, 5130. Oops, see, told me about my eyes. I'm telling you, I don't be lying. 5130. Let me zoom in. So, definitions for the purposes of this title, the term secretary means the secretary of the interior. The term Indian tribe means any Indian or Alaskan native tribe, band, nation, pueblo, village, or community that the Secretary of the Interior acknowledges to exist as an Indian tribe. So, in order to be an Indian tribe, the Secretary of the Interior, the BIA, the feds, have to even acknowledge that you exist. But the term list, right? If they list you, the term list means the list of recognized tribes published by the secretary. Their law. What about let's see, publication of lists of recognized tribes, a publication of lists. The secretary shall publish in the Federal Register a list of all Indian tribes which the secretary recognizes to be eligible for the special programs and services provided by the United States to Indians because of their status as Indians. Now, I'm going to go over this one more time because this is interesting. Hold on. So, the secretary shall publish in the federal register a list of all Indian tribes which the secretary recognizes to be eligible for special programs and services provided by the United States to Indians because of their what status as Indians. But an Indian is someone who is an enrolled member of a tribe, anyone who is a descendant of such a member, and said descendant was on June 1st, 1934, physically residing on a federally recognized Indian reservation, or any other person possessing a total of 1/2 or more degree of Indian blood. These are federal regulations of what an Indian and what a tribe is. These are federal regulations on what an Indian and what a tribe is. So when you read the UNDRIP, when you read the ADRIP, remember these are international and federal regulations and limitations placed on indigenous people. So when you think about it, it all makes sense. It all makes sense on why they are federally recognized, right? Now, what's interesting is when we think about it, because when we think about it, this is why you should speak your language. Because if you are in federal court, because these are code of federal regulations, if you're in federal court and you say that you're an Indian, you have to be an enrolled member of a tribe. You have to descend from a person who was a part of a tribe when these regulations were first established. This is in their courts, their law. But then they tell you what? Hold on. This is why you have to know their law and see how they play you. You have to see how they play you. So you have the right to self-determination. And you have the right to freely determine your political status. But according to federal law, if you're not an individual Indian or a part of a tribe, then you're not an Indian at all. This is why the
And that's
initial
what they've
bill.
been trying to say. If you're not of a tribe, if you're not of a federal recognized tribe, then you're not an Indian. That's what they've been saying.
That's basically what they've been saying. Facts. He said facts. Oklahoma people, facts. Red people, facts. Let's see. Then that rivalry between Oklahoma and Texas, the Red River rivalry, dealt with Oklahoma, right? And that dealt with the Red River or that red water. That they were warring at, right? It says, we are the Aramaic, Cherokee, and Hebrew Hopi Israelites. Wow. Oh my God. So much going on there, right? So much going on.
That's an
I
indigenous
guess,
cocktail.
yeah, like God damn.
Man.
Aramaic,
Oh, shit.
Cherokee, Hebrew, Hopi, Israelites, like God damn.
Start with
What
the
I will
percentage
say
shit
is
again.
this. That's that internet shit. Um, I guarantee, I guarantee you, I guarantee you, y'all grandma ain't say that shit.
Definitely didn't. I got my charger, cause I tell you to let them boy know I got that universal charger. I got him.
Oh yeah,
I got
say
it.
hey, hey, if you talking percentage, cuz gonna charge your ass up,
I
man.
got him, bro. That's crazy. That's wild as hell. I ain't even been in the comments. I've been so locked in on this shit right here.
Nephew, he said
Hey,
no. He said
hey,
no. That's the fact.
What you
He
say,
said no.
Paul?
That's the facts. He said no. That's the facts. The facts is not always the truth, bro. Facts
nah,
can change,
nah,
not the truth.
nah, the truth ain't always the facts. The truth ain't always the facts. Truth is fucking
Yeah.
subjective. Fuck that. The fact of the matter is what you type is some bullshit. And I'm on one now. So I'm just telling you, you can't speak for everyone. If we, right, if everyone is the Aramaic, Cherokee, Hebrew, Hopi, that means everybody is fucking inbred. And then the fact that you even considered the Mississippi to be the Euphrates tells me you have no tribal knowledge at all. I'm gonna let these comments roll in because these are the things that we should talk about. We need to talk about the people that come on the internet and teach rhetoric, which they too found on the internet. We need to
Yeah, that's
also talk about these people who use the Bible to references as being indigenous. It has nothing to do with us. See, these people, whether they're Negro or Caucasian or Asian, they're afraid to let Jesus go. So now they have to use the Bible to prove that they're indigenous Americans. But being that they lack tribal knowledge, you're going to hear America is Egypt. You're going to hear Utah is Judah. You're going to hear, oh, Atlantis, ocean. You're going to hear Lemuria. So when you hear these things, these are key words to let you know, again, whether the person is Negro, Caucasian, or Asian, or whatever you want him to be or that they lack tribal information.
hey,
They
look,
lack tribal
cuz
knowledge.
You,
Talk to me, cuz.
that boy, that last comment, that's an interesting one. I'm looking at the other dude. I'll skip over them shit there. Fuck that boy. Like
Say less. Let's get the America's Egypt niggas out of here. Up, ban and block. Get out of here.
some
So
racist
it
and shit.
says
Like
for
God
Indians who are
damn.
not federally recognized, what benefits can they gain from who? I don't. What benefits can they gain from who and from what? I would have to ask those questions in order to have a foundation to build on. Um, I don't
What
know
kind
what
of
one is
benefits he looking for?
like. Right? Yeah, what you looking for? So you have to be a little bit more specific for me. Okay, for the U.S., what benefits can they gain for the U.S. or from the U.S.? Honestly, I don't know because that's not a goal of my family. That's not a goal of our tribal council. So, someone who's looking for benefits for or from the United States government, they would have to answer that question. Nobody I deal with wants anything from them. We don't want any money. We don't want any land back. And what I mean by that is we don't want it in a sense where it comes with federal recognition. So if they say, well, your family had this, and you know what? We acknowledge that y'all had it. So this is unoccupied. We're giving it back. That's one thing. That's something that you can gain back. You can get something that you once had, right? But as far as looking for something to get back, that's not even in our conversation. So um yeah, that's if any Paul, you want to answer that? Anybody else want to touch on that?
I was just about to say if
Yeah,
he had
people
came in
are
here probably
only
like 15 minutes ago, he could have seen what the hell we just been going through this nine. He wouldn't ask that question.
Yo, yo,
a
no
non a
lie.
non
So
a
what?
non-federal recognized Indian have
Nah,
more
pull up.
autonomy than a federal recognized Indian.
I couldn't hear. I had to mute real quick. I just got a call. Say what?
I was telling him, I said a non-federal recognized tribe have more autonomy than a federal recognized tribe.
Facts. Definitely agree. But I'm not, yeah, we not looking for that. He said, okay, boom, asking to see to understand the difference between federally recognized Indians and those that are not federally recognized. So the difference is those who are federally recognized, the majority of them are businesses which act on behalf of the tribe. So they do commerce with the United States. Um, Benefits, I'll give you some benefits, right? If you are a federally recognized tribe, you can't purchase firearms because the BIA is there to protect you, right? So you can't have no fire. This is crazy. But if you're not federally recognized and you have dual citizenship with the United States government, you actually can own firearms as a United States citizen. That's a benefit. If you say, well, we're not federally recognized and we have 50 acres of land, but the income I need to sustain this isn't what I currently have, I have to work within the United States jurisdiction. That's a that's a benefit, but to some it's not a benefit because you don't have what you need to sustain what you have at the moment. So you have to go work. And as you go work, you bring that back to build your nation. So that can be seen as a benefit, like a work program, which is why the TIN or the ITIN number is important because that's your tax identifier for when you do leave your land to go.
TINITN.
So those are some things like that. Let's see. Anybody else? That was definitely a great question though. Once I got the foundation of it.
ITN. Well, you said TIN and ITN, right?
Mm-hmm. TIN number, TIN, tax identifier number. But me personally, I don't see any benefits. I don't see any benefits. I don't see any benefits um in being federally recognized when if you're a sovereign, you already recognized under international law. If you have treaties with other nations, those treaties are recognized within international law. And we're talking about tribal things.
Excuse me.
Let me pull this down. Stop sharing. How many we got in here? We still holding six. Let's see. Any more questions? We've been on 3 hours. I'm about to hop on NC and whoop some ass.
I think that's
Okay.
a wrap for the day, cuz that's been a good bullet day.
Say less.
So much information and everything. All you got to do is tap into this live on YouTube and share it. Get that blue flame, get the green flame books.
And
We
it's all there.
Yeah, we
Definitely
rocking.
out there. So the link to the books are in the chat. Everybody that tapped in, I definitely appreciate y'all for being here for these 3 hours. Much love. Thank y'all. Yeah, bro, you came dead at the end. Literally, we've been on 3 hours, bro. But do go back and listen to the beginning, because I go over their law and tribal law and show you how tribal law and at certain points they actually cross each other or they actually loop. And I show you how the structures are different and it's best to stick to that tribal structure. So everybody here, when you get off the phone, y'all been on here with me all day. Call one of your family members and talk to them about how you all can get your tribal constitution set up. Thank you.
Peace, cuz.